If you're a puzzle fan, you've probably heard of SquishCraft, a Sokoban-type puzzle game with a unique twist and genius level design, combined with one of the most cursed graphics in video game history. If you've never heard of this masterpiece, I highly recommend you to get it on Steam and check it out yourself first, because this video contains massive spoilers. If you are too busy for it, you can instead check out my live playthrough of the game here. But to put it simply, SquishCraft's main quirk is the ability to squish multiple tiles together, and this game takes this mechanic to its absolute extreme. You first start out in a map with mostly locked passages. You go into the portal and finish some tutorials, and then you start throwing different stuffs into the portal to unlock more and more areas. Some levels are harder to unlock than the others, and sometimes even getting to the level itself becomes the puzzle. There are a total of 6 areas. Once you've cleared the minimum required number of levels of each area, you unlock level 99, where you get the any percent achievement. Once you've cleared every level of every area, you unlock level 999, upon beating which you will be awarded the 100% question mark. Obviously, that can't be the end of it. You notice the top right part of the main area now says 100%, and the main thing to notice here is the fact that it is not a wall anymore, which means you can squish it to unlock yet another level, 9999. Beating this level grants you beat the actual final level achievement. So, is that it? Wait, why is it over there? Well, because you are occupying its position, the R equals block instead moves to the default location of the player. What does this mean to us? Remember when I said you'd unlock areas by throwing different things into the portal? That's right. You can now throw this into the portal too, and unlock level 10, 11, 12, and 13. Okay, fine, you beat the game. As far as Steam achievement goes, this is all there is to do. But we are not quite done yet. When you are in a sub area, holding the tab key brings you back to the parent area. What happens when you hold the tab key in the main area? You just loop back into the main area. Nothing to see here. Wait, what? The secret area presents you with 6 extra levels. Difficulty-wise, they are not too crazy, except level 6, which had me stumped for quite some time. Anyway, you complete all 6 secret levels, and level 10, 11, and 12, and you finally have 119%, the in-game max percent completion. As of year 2022, that is. There have been new additions to this game, and as far as I'm concerned, barely anyone was talking about it. In this video, I will be mainly focusing on these recent additions and changes. First of all, level 12 was buffed. Previously, there were only 3 flags, and now there are 4 of them. This makes things pretty complicated. You need to get rid of all of the targets to gain access to the exit, but in order to do so, you must sacrifice one of your 4 quadrants. All of the flags need to be occupied, yet there are not enough player blocks. How to even get started? It's actually more doable than it looks. First, you squish one of the 4 players into the top left target, and carefully maneuver across the level to put the rest of the targets onto the same player. Now you destroy the said player and open up the exit, but while doing so, you squeeze yourself into a part of the spike block. Now you can use this non-fragile part of the block to split one of you into 2, making 4 player blocks total, and head to the exit. Next, we have a new level in the secret area, secret level 7. You don't see it? It's right here. You are given an arrow block, a target, and some mirror blocks. On top of the level, there's a 2-way laser each hitting a target that keeps the way to the exit from closing off. Even blocking these lasers for a single turn will permanently lock you out of the exit. How would you go about this? Maybe you can make something like this to reflect both lasers back to the other targets. The exit is still open, but this doesn't really do anything because you have to get there yourself. This is where you start to realize the true difficulty of the level. I tried so many different crazy jumbled messes of the player and mirror blocks, but the angles didn't quite make it. I was stuck very bad. I couldn't even quit out and try other levels either. Hours went by and no progress was made. That was until I had a sudden realization. There was something special about these laser beams. They were thick. I don't know why it came to me as such a big deal, but the thickness of those beams just didn't seem right. It almost felt like it was necessary in order for the level to be beatable. And I was right. When you squish yourself between two blocks, each resulting block contains the player, occupying a third of the height. The laser beams were thick enough that it still barely passes through. Notice how this tiny beam is reflecting off of the mirror. This has to be a part of the solution. Now I just need to figure out the non-player part of the block. Here's what I came up with. You first squish the 4 mirror blocks together like this, and take the middle block out. Now repeat the process with the help of the arrow block like this. Take the middle block out again, and you have this nice little block with a see-through in the middle. Next, you squish yourself 3-way, and you finally go through the laser corridor. Just look at the way this beam is getting reflected across the block. Isn't this crazy? I don't know how I could even figure this out. I'm very proud of this. This puts our save file at 121%. So I mentioned a bit ago that this was the only level remaining. Well, I was lying. There's one more, but this one is rather well hidden. It turns out that there used to be 5 more achievements that later got removed. These achievements were named 23, 33, 40, 54, and 166 each. What could these numbers possibly mean? Like, the number 23 could mean Area 2 Level 3, but what about number 166? There's no Area 16. Well, there's Level 66 in Area 1, so that answers the question. Apparently, there's something hidden in this level. What could it be? Turns out some of these walls were not solid. You just follow the hidden path and you end up with whatever this thing is. Well, that was cool, but there isn't anything else I can do in here, so I move on. I then went ahead and found hidden areas in the other 4 levels. But one of them has something special. There are 2 numbers, -1 and 5. This must mean secret level 5. I went to secret level 5 and discovered a new mechanic I wasn't aware of. You can jump over the flag. A couple bunny hops later, you finally enter the true final boss. This is it. When I first saw this level, 3 things came to my mind. 1. What are those faces? 2. This looks very similar to level 999 and 9999. 3. Wait, this is impossible. To understand how daunting of a task we got ourselves into, we should take a look at level 999 and 9999. The main goal of these levels are to build a contraption such that all 4 targets are triggered in rotation, thus making the spiky block on the left side move in a circle, allowing the player to dance around and into the exit. In level 999, you are given a mirror block and a vertical pass-through. My approach involved squeezing the mirror block to bend the laser beam into a specific angle that will hit all 4 horizontally placed targets. In level 9999, the pass-through is gone, but you are now given some more mirror blocks, though this time they are not squishable. I came up with this spiral-shaped pattern in such a way that when the laser block moves vertically, it will block its own beam, triggering the horizontal targets squished into it. Back to the final boss. Do you see the problem with this level now? There's literally nothing to work with. This has to be a joke. There's no way this is solvable. Yet I persist. This level was the only thing in my brain during almost all of my waking hours in the next couple of days. I was thinking of this level while eating. I was thinking of this level while sleeping. I took screenshot of the level and scribbled over it. Basically, it was pretty much like this. Then, an idea started to emerge. It was a bold assumption. Maybe I wasn't supposed to make a circle. What if the movement was supposed to be one time and I just needed to be quick enough? This wasn't enough to get me anywhere because it turns out the level is quite small. If the size wasn't an issue, I could build something like this. The laser is pointing at the left target, moving the arrow block to the left. Eventually, the arrow block hits the beam and the laser instead triggers both down and right target at once, moving the spike block diagonally. Then all I need to do is just move out of the way and win. So the actual level is too small to make something like this to work. I needed to come up with something else. Can I delay the arrow block movement? The answer is yes. Here's what I did. I first do a 4-way squish on these specific blocks. Notice how the arrow block is split into two. Notice how the laser block has all 4 arrows embedded into it, while the up target only has the left half of the arrow block. Next, I squish the up target into the down target. This way, the laser beam, now offset far to the right side, can still hit it. I then place the right target in this corner, place left target in here, and the contraption is ready. I activate the contraption by pushing the left target and start running to the goal area. Notice how the down target is moving left, only once every 2 steps. This is how I delayed the movement and overcame the size limit of the area. I barely make it into the spike block room and move out of its way. At the same time, the laser beam finally hits the down target and sends the spike block downwards. This lets me move up and into the flag. That's the final boss down. That's it. I couldn't believe I actually did it. My save file is now at 123%, and as far as I know, this is the max percent completion of the current version of the game. I thoroughly enjoyed playing through SquishCraft, and I'm very proud of completing the game without any hints or nudges. This is my first time making a video commentary like this. Please let me know your thoughts, and maybe hit that red button if you really enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for watching and have a great rest of the day.